So when you got into your first movie, was it in film? Was it Atlanta? Were you doing it in
No, in Atlanta, I only acted in
acted in
theater.
plays?
Theater, yeah. Then I did a play in New York, 2 plays in New York, but off Broadway. Then I
Which is
came.
very exciting. Off of Broadway is where the
It was great.
magic
It was
lies.
really lovely. It was really lovely. It was at the Michael Chekhov Theater.
Did you live in New York for a bit?
Only for 3 months while
Where did you
doing
live
these
in New
plays.
York in those 3 months?
I lived in Brooklyn with a friend.
Which was edgy and racy and
Yeah,
fun.
it was great. We were sharing a room, sleeping on the roof. We blew all our money on this fancy yoga studio membership. And then we didn't have much money and we were just wandering around New York between rehearsals and doing yoga. This was kind of where the phase that I was in back then.
So the first movie you did in Bollywood,
Was Nirja.
and you played a villain in that,
I did, yeah.
and you became everybody's just perfect villain.
Yeah.
And were you happy playing that role?
I was happy playing the role, yeah. It was Ram Madhvani directed, who I love. I think is such a precise and interesting director. He really created a kind of pressure cooker situation where he kept us all separate and then just threw us all in the pot in the plane with these really long 45-minute takes. It was so wonderful to do, especially coming from a theater background. I took to it like a fish in water. I loved it.
So when Made in Heaven happened, what were you in that? It was a racy OTT.
Yeah.
India was rattled by it. How rattled were you by this role?
Well, it was such a brilliant script. I remember reading it and thinking, that's it, I want to do this project. Whichever role they cast me in, I'm very happy to explore it because I haven't been so hooked by a script in a while. And I'm just glad that the makers are taking on all of these issues that otherwise people would sweep under the rug. So yeah, when it was Adil, I was happy. I would have loved to play Arjun Mathur's role as well. Of course. What a role. Amazing role.
And what did you like about Arjun Mathur's role?
The scope, the breadth, the variety of things he gets to play, the unapologetic nature of his character in general. The fact that he's actually the most level-headed, coolest character, in my opinion, in the show.
And the darkest beginning for a lot of Indians. It was a shocking beginning.
It was a shocking beginning in that way.
You have a new movie coming in. What role are you playing and what can we know about?
There are a couple things that should be releasing this year. One is Pune Highway, which is a film about 3 friends.
Pune Highway, what a name.
Yeah.
What happens in the highway?
It's based on a play, and the play was written by the same 2 people that took this on as a film. It's Amit Saad, me, and Anubhav Pal. That film is apparently releasing. And then there's Kubera, which is my first Telugu film.
And are you dubbing it or are you speaking in Telugu?
I have done all my lines in Telugu.
Yatla now.
I don't know any Telugu though.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
just mugged my lines up.
And you're good at doing that?
Yeah, pretty good. Takes me time and effort, but yeah, pretty good. I was wildly nervous the first day. It's my first day. I've never spoken this language. I don't even know 2 words of it prior to reading the script, right? Nagarjuna is my co-actor in this scene. It's just me and him. I know he's a legend. I've seen some of his work. I'm shitting bricks, I want to be under the couch instead of like on the couch.
And was he good?
And I have to be very commanding over him as well in
Ooh.
the scene, which is very... So I was nervous. I think only after that first day finished and they were all like, oh my God, you're doing it.
Amazing.
I mean, you're doing it well enough to pass off in the scene. Like we're just interested in the scene. We aren't like, the lines the whole time. So I think that gave me a little bit of confidence. And he was such a gentle, encouraging,
That helped.
loving, chilled out, cool guy on set that it really made it a lot easier. He didn't make me nervous at all. He instead did everything within his power to make me feel comfortable and relaxed, and most of my scenes wound up being with him. So
And you're a tough guy in that? You're a Dark character.
Yeah, I'm like a rich, Mumbai villain.
Mafioso.
Yeah, kind of.
Why?
Just uber rich, uber
Why
rich.
you? In person, you don't have that look.
I know. I think it's just kind of what happens, People see you in a certain way. And really, it's kind of up to me to show people that there are other sides. And I've been trying to do that as much as I can. Rocket Boys, for example, was
What
one.
an incredible... That role
Oh,
was
thank
made
you.
for you.
Thank you.
And the story is incredible. I wish
so
more
good.
Indians would see it, because we need more people like Homi Baba.
So like that. And there have been other projects as well, but they haven't quite taken... Rocket Boys did, but they haven't quite... The other ones where I've showed other shades, they haven't quite taken off like how some of the other things did, like Nirja or Padmavat, or,
Padmavat. How was Padmavat?
Great.
You felt good doing it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And you were comfortable in the language?
I worked with a coach in order to get that kind of Afghani accent that he was after. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So the Titan story, isn't that something you're working on?
I am very excited to work on this.
And what is this?
Well, it's the story of how Titan came about, which is fascinating. Yeah, the watch company. It became the world's largest selling watch. Titan, the brand of Titan.
Taj, the Tatas.
The Tatas. But it didn't start as the Tatas, which is what makes it very, very interesting. Yeah, it's quite a fascinating story. I don't want to go into it too much. I mean, we're still at only the prep level. We start readings now in April, as soon as I'm done shooting Jende, which is another film that I'm doing at the moment. Jende, yeah.
Jande, like flags.
No. Like Jende, like the name of inspector who caught Charles Sobraj. I'm a co-producer on a film called Sabar Bonda that just played at Sundance earlier this year. It won the World Cinema Dramatic Grand Jury Prize.
Which is incredible. You made us all proud.
Marathi film about this guy named Anand who lives in Mumbai, whose father dies, so he goes back to his rural village in Maharashtra in order to do the 10-day mourning period. And the film kind of follows his rekindling a kind of crush, a childhood crush with this guy named Badia. And it's beautiful.